Ladies and Kat, I have a question for you today. What do you think it means to read a text closely? Close reading. I have a question for you today. What is close reading? All right, what does close reading mean?
I like adventure. I like fantasy.
Adventure and fantasy. Which kind of book is a little bit harder to read and you need to take more time with it?
Science books.
Science books. Why do you have to read those so carefully?
Because they say a lot of things that you may not understand.
And what kind of book do you have to read really slow to make sure you understand it?
Mystery books.
Why?
Because we have to solve the mystery.
That's right.
And I'm looking for the answer.
School.
English class and independent reading.
And why? Why do you have to read it so carefully?
Because you can understand.
That's good. Very true.
And when they give you comprehension questions, you can answer them.
So why do you have to read something really carefully?
So you don't miss information.
And if you don't read it carefully, you might answer the question wrong.
That is true. Yasmin, when do you use close reading in school?
During math testing, when we have like passages and we have to answer questions, we have to like close read to make sure that we answer the questions properly.
We use close reading, for example, when we have to, like, in comprehension in English, for example, when you're reading a text and you have to answer questions, you have to read closely to find the clues.
All right, Mr.
Yep.
Cobbs, you are the tech guy for
Yes, I am.
AISJ.
Thank
Do
you.
you use close reading in your job?
Definitely use close reading in my job. You can use it in a multitude of ways. Starting with coding, so if you code it all, you have to look at the syntax line. One line is off, one space could be off, and you may have some issues. So you have to really, really closely read what you're doing, where everything at in that syntax. Anytime that you're trying to install something or you're going through a list of protocols, you have to make sure you hit step by step each particular thing.
I do it when I'm reading an important email from a parent that has to do with a complaint or maybe something that is a concern to them about their children or about the school. I do that when I'm reading evaluations about students so that I know what to look for and how I can help them.
Well, for me, close reading is a daily, extremely important thing. From keeping up with emails and making sure that I'm fully understanding what's being communicated to set up events, how much power is necessary. It affects safety, but it really affects finances, especially with our contracts for the new school. The particular language that's used in all of our contracts and the wording. Any misunderstanding there could cost a lot of money.
Also, we are working on something very important, that analyzing the story into the setting and the main characters, problem and the solution. We also hear samples from students' work on free reading. As you see, there is many different titles. It depends on the students' level and their choices.
Plus 8% of their sales. Write a function rule for the salary. Okay? We agreed that when they say, write a function, what are they basically asking me to do? When they say write a function, Ramzi, write in, stop it.
Well, in this particular case, we had to be specific looking for clues to help solve the mystery. And the students were highlighting the most important parts of the reading to help find those clues and to put all the pieces together.
Every single day. I use it when I'm reading a document to make sure that it's legal and safe. I use it to read emails to make sure that I understand clearly what people are trying to say to me, and just make sure that every piece of communication is responsible and respectful.
All right, so you all are in high school, and my question for you today is, what class do you have to read really carefully in? Social, chemistry, math. All right, so why do you have to read really carefully in social studies?
Because most of the things you read will probably be on the test.
That's a good point.
Because you have to be very careful, and like one side, like if you don't follow direction, then you may blow up the lab.
I think social is because a lot of information, you have to really dig deep to find that because it doesn't ask you for specific things. You ask you the true meaning behind it, how to connect it all.
So I have a question for you today. What kind of things do you like to read?
I like reading chapter books and books that are long.
And what kind of books do you like? When do you have to be really careful and read something really slowly? Yeah?
Chapter books.
Why?
Because sometimes they might be hard words.
That's right. And what do you do when you get to a really hard word?
You sound it out.
You can sound it out.
You can tell your mom and dad.
That's right.